Hi Leo, welcome to your reading for May 2020. This is going to be for Leo's sun, moon, or rising. You may have planets in the sign of Leo. You love the sun. You were intuitively guided to the channel, and you may not even be a Leo. So whatever brought you, welcome everyone. I want to say that, my normal routine is a while back, I splurged on a pair of headphones, Bose headphones, and I love Pandora. So, can I say that? I hope I can say that. Anyway, I just mentioned two companies, didn't I? Ruh-roh. Anyway, that's my habit, and I listen to music because I get a lot of messages from the music for the sign that I'm about to read for. And they're usually very personal to me. So I also feel they're sent to me, but also because they in some way will come up in your reading. So hopefully that doesn't mean I'm talking about myself in this reading. But I feel that I have probably walked a lot of the footsteps that's going to come up in this reading. So I'm dedicating this reading to my son, Stephen, who is a Leo, was a Leo, August 12th. I did a video a long time ago. I need to do another video. And I have to tell you, I was sent some beautiful songs, really beautiful songs. Matter of fact, I have like my most comfortable clothing on, which are my PJs, and some people call it the old lady shawl. I kind of like it. I mean, I'm addicted to it. It sometimes becomes part of my routine when I do a reading. I just love it. I feel like, I don't know, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of feel like it carries some history with it. I did get it at a vintage store, so you never know. Anyway, so this is, again, dedicated to my son and you, of course, and I feel what's going to happen is we're going to get a lot of deep messages today. And when that happens, I want to tell you, we get a lot of healing at the same time. Sometimes I feel like we have to feel that wound. And as we're feeling, because, it's like, while we're feeling that wound, that is when we will also feel the healing the most, right? Does that make sense? It does in my head. Anyway, so I just have an intuitive feeling that's the way the reading's going to go. If it's not your type of thing, that's okay. It's okay. Nice to meet you anyway. Who knows though? Because I was given some really beautiful songs to start with, but the last song I got was Knock, Knock, Knocking on Heaven's Door. And there I go. I just said a title. Am I allowed to do all that? Please, I hope you let me do this video. But anyway. And I was just going to take my headphones off. I'm like, no, I don't think I want to listen to this. But then something made me put it back on. And it was actually wasn't the original, but it was good. But anyway, I felt like it was talking his story to the T. So I listened to 3/4 of it because I didn't want to allow myself to I listened to this song. I've heard it before since he's passed, and it always makes me cry. But this time when I listened to it through, almost like through his essence. So I could feel, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I apologize for that, but it's like the knowing because of what I'm doing, and I already know the outcome. How can it be any other way type of outcome, right? And I feel like when we talk about the dark night of the soul, that is what we're talking about. Like, when I bring it up in a reading, I feel it. You know, like I am knocking on heaven's door, right? Sometimes we're so deep in, and but the majority of the time there's a way out. And we would not be doing a reading. I'm 100% guaranteed and guarantee you on that this is going to be a reading about sadness, because my son was very positive, no matter what. I mean, great personality, true Leo in every sense of the way. It's funny, but my mom's a Leo also. She was August 5th, and although there's a lot of similarities, I could notice a lot of differences too. But maybe because one's a mother, one's a son. Here I am talking a lot, but I feel like I need you guys to hear this. So I hope that you'll listen and not like say, forget it, she talks too much. Okay, because I just want you to know, I think that I was meant to feel that truly dark night of the soul, and I have been there. I have been there multiple times. But I think this is going to be about letting you know that, however you want to say it, God knows your struggle, and that it will change. And, you know, I'm a living testimony of that. Here I am surviving, you know, after losing a child. And before this ever happened, you know, I also thought, what else can be the outcome? Though I thought I'll try everything in the world to figure it out. You know, so different types of dark nights of the souls, right? But each one is like, you kind of know the outcome. Why am I talking about that again? You know, like I kind of know the outcome. Hopefully this is going to help someone wake up. You know, but I don't know, maybe listen to the song for someone. Not for everyone, but for someone. Okay? And again, I didn't cry this time. And this is the first time I did not cry. And I allowed myself to feel, because I knew that I was, you know, I knew the last two songs I was also meant to hear. So I almost took my earphones off when I knew this song was coming on, but I was like, no, I feel like I need to listen to the lyrics. So I did. And anyway, so here we are now. Here we are now. Let's see why. So we're going to start with some major arcanas. This is going to be, you know, I'm only going to hopefully get 3. I like 3. I like getting 3 when we do it this way. But I will accept whatever wants to come out, of course. But let's take a moment. Let's just clear our minds. If we're feeling low, let's bring our level up just for a minute. I always invite your spirit guides in with my spirit guides to work cohesively together. I feel like Stephen will be leading, and that's with a PH, by the way. We'll be leading a lot of the reading, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. No expectations. Whatever wants to come will come. And with that, let's begin. It's funny, I always want to shuffle these cards this way. But, well, because I kind of like it better this way. So I moved my desk again. Crazy, huh? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out where's the perfect spot. I'm kind of liking it here, though still lacking some decoration. So, you know, I'm trying to make it look as pretty as I can in the background for you. I don't know if pretty is the right word. we have the Magician. Beautiful, powerful, right? First person to the Fool, who we always are. We're the Fool. Maybe right now it's saying you're the Fool. The Magician comes to you to remind you of something, to remind you of each and every tool in your tool belt. We forget that we have that tool belt. And it represents each and every sign because, I feel it talks about us being through each and every battle, right? But ultimately, as the Magician, it's saying, you can be the winner. It's funny, I feel like someone's holding a degree here, almost like saying, and don't forget about your wisdom. It's not on the table, but don't forget about wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom. I feel like we're being given advice. And, I don't know, like for some reason I'm noticing his chest and I feel like I'm getting the message of strap in, you're about to go for a ride. So let's strap in, let's see where we're going. We have the Hierophant, beautiful. This is many things to me. I really didn't even want to mention signs, card of Taurus. This is about a higher being, right? This is about, and when I say a higher being, I don't want you to think that you're, because you yourself are a higher being. It depends on where our energy is, right? But we are capable of being, of calling ourselves a higher being if that's where we want to take our energy. There's some people who were definitely there. God, there's one, I always think of someone, and then I forget his name. He's an author, very positive. But he can do that. He can, and I think of him often when I'm thinking of chaotic situations, because he'll talk about how he can be in the midst of it. If somebody else is really good, who meditated for like, I want to say weeks, but maybe days. I know it was at least days, went into meditation, it was on the street, and, he didn't know it. And he was fine with it. That's a higher being now, here, today. We can be that. It's where we want to be, right? Maybe the Magician that's why the Magician's reminding us, like, especially right across the heart. This is about our belief system. Keeping everything as high as possible, right? In the light. Keeping everything in the light as much as you can. As much as you can. But this is also power, right? Because this is almost advice on how you're going to walk this earth. How your earthly being can get through this. This is like how spiritually, emotionally, intuitively you're going to get through this, right? You're going to move. I shouldn't say get through this. Let's say move through life, right? In a way, already it feels like almost you could say that's predetermined, right? Because if we're moving that high in the light, well, light attracts light, dark attracts dark. Look at that. That's beautiful. So we have Temperance next, and that is a card of Sagittarius, Temperance. All about divine timing. It's all about divine timing, about divine order. It's not to say that you don't have free will, you do, and you're going to use it. I feel like I'm talking to a child and sending them out into the world is what I feel like. Like I'm preparing them for the world, but the real world in all aspects, right? All aspects, knowing all aspects of ourselves. Divine timing, things happening for reason, for cause, for purpose. I'm thinking of the things that we've had to rise from, and it can seem impossible, right? I'm noticing the halo around her head, and it's almost like we should give ourselves the credit where credit is due. You know, like there are many earth angels. There are many earth angels, and I feel like there are many earth angels right here, right now. And the magician is like reminding us, and the Hierophant, right? This is spirituality and belief. Interesting. Okay, I just want to stare at the cards. Let's keep going. I wish there was a way to play music in the background. I mean, I'm sure there is. People do it. But I think I would get distracted. Like, because when I do your reading, even though I'm talking, I'm very focused. Even when I'm talking, I am focused on these cards. I am focused. I am focused in each and every way. I feel like some are being blessed. Some are blessed. You know, there's something about a blessing. Maybe that's what's happening. There's a blessing that's coming, right? Especially with Sagittarius. Sagittarius always tells us something's on its way. It may have taken a while to get to you, but there's a reason. There's a purpose behind the timing of when something shows. And we just need to trust that, right? As the Fool, that's what we're doing. We're allowing ourselves to be a little naive, right? Otherwise, maybe we'd never take a chance. But this is who we are, right? This is really showing us who we are and why sometimes things take a moment. Let me grab a drink real quick. Excuse me. Okay. Let's keep going here. We're adding in our second deck. This is the deck I call the meat and the potatoes. Look at that. We begin with the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles, this talks about your earthly world. You know, this isn't the promise of, you know, what will come once you cross and, you know, no, this is saying this is a blessing within your earthly world. Something that you can touch, that you can feel, that can create, right? That can create something for you. You know, it's falling under the Magician. And the Magician looks very creative, looks like a painter. But looks like an expert dart thrower. It's weird I would think that, but I do. A knife thrower, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's many, many tools. I feel like, you know, we know the Magician can be tricky, right? When needed to be, the Magician would be tricky. It's a Magician after all. But here's the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. We have the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like this may be talking about where some people are within the dark night of the soul. Let's see what's next to it. The Moon. So, you know, not understanding, right? The Moon is, you know, uncertainty. You know, maybe for some of you, giving up. I've given up on my faith. I've given up on my belief, right? Why? Because something happened to you where it feels like you didn't have, it wasn't your choice, right? It happened to you. It's like, you know, the world shook and it forced you into, you know, out of, let's say, your comfort. It changed your world, right? To me, the Five of Pentacles, you're pretty much changing your world and you may not have a lot of say-so. And you have the moon beside it. It's almost like, but why? Asking those questions, right? But why? Why? We have to look above, literally, right? We have the Hierophant. You know, we have the Hierophant. And, you know, it's almost like the hand of God, I feel. It's funny, I've been talking a lot about God. But Sam is, my new guy, Sam, is teaching me a lot. Teaching me more of on a personal level. Not a religious level. I don't know I could go that way. Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords. I like the Princess of Swords. She's coming under Temperance. I like her because I feel like she is trying to learn, like she is consciously willing to put in the energy to figure out who I am authentically. Maybe in my creativity, right? Who am I authentically? Like, you know, who am I? She's looking up, you know, again, the Hierophant, right? Asking those big questions, but she's also, her sword is touching Temperance, so I feel like this queen, or I'm sorry, the Princess of Swords, doesn't matter what sign it is, it's her energy here. I feel like she's thinking, you know, she's thinking about the timing of something. It may be why, maybe something happened quickly. You know, when we think of the Tower, it's quick. It's something, it's quick, right? Something happened quickly, and, you know, maybe you've been going through, suffering through the, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be different things for different people, and that's why the moon is here. The moon is that uncertainty. But here's the good news, is when we're the Princess of Swords, falling under Temperance, we're going to find the answer, right? We're going to find the answer, and we're going to find it in a truthful way, right? You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean when I say that. We're going to find it in a very truthful way. You know, it is what it is, what it is. And I mean that maybe in a really good way. Like, you know, even if I'm just learning about myself authentically, and I'm learning the real truth of who I am, maybe even in my highest being, you know, it is what it is, what it is. And I don't want to say it's a blessing, right? It takes effort to get there, no doubt. Nonetheless, it's like the Ace of Pentacles is here. I don't want to say as a reward. Maybe it's a blessing, right? Maybe it's a blessing. But how does it really get here? It comes through the Magician's energy, right? The Magician's not someone who would really give something away, right? So I feel like, you know, again, there had to be effort, or you had to go through something. You had to learn something, and that sounds terrible for us that have gone through. I mean, because we don't have control over this, but there's still something, right? Something. Anyways, it's like, yeah, it feels like the Magician is like, take this coin, this magic coin, right? For getting through whatever this is. But the bottom line is, let's say this, as we've gone through that dark night of the soul, and whatever this Ace of Pentacles represents, I feel like what has happened is maybe our minds have changed, our minds have increased. You know, I'm looking up again at Temperance. Maybe, like myself, I started seeking a different way to learn about God, where it didn't seem so like A, B, C. You know what I mean? You know, I like stories. I don't know. You know, but I feel for a lot of you, it's a time when you learn something that's creative, something that maybe you build upon. I do feel you build upon it. I feel like this ace is something that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I guess that's going to depend on us, though, right? Because there is free will. Let's keep going. You know, the heater's on. I apologize. I forgot that there was a little vent right there. And normally I am always cold. I'm just someone who's always cold. Why I started wearing the shawl in the beginning. But with this heater right here, I could take it off, but I don't want to. But I don't know if it comes across sound-wise. I don't know why, but I love seeing the Nine of Wands in this reading. Look at that. We have the Ace of Cups. Well, look at that. We have two aces. Look at the Magician. I mean, who is the Magician? We are the Magician. We are everyone, right? At different times. It's what we're capable of at different times, right? Look at these two aces. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Wow. Next to the Nine of Wands, that's almost like because you deserve it type of energy. The Nine of Wands, what I always notice is the way he looks. Muscular. Cut. Right? He seems very prepared. He feels like he's gone through battles before, right? But he's not weak. He's not injured. He's strong. I mean, he is strong. You know, it feels like a protection. Almost like he is protecting you. You protecting yourself. And I don't mean that in a, like, Eight of Swords type of way. You know, walking, like, literally, I don't know. I do know. What's he falling under? He's falling under the Five of Pentacles. Wow. So, very hard to say, but when I say that, you know, did this build some part of us up? Absolutely. Probably different things for different people. It has built different areas within yourself up. Maybe some of you actually started lifting weights. Maybe some, again, developed a new craft. Picked up an old one. We have the Ace of Swords. What is going on here? Ace of Swords coming right under the moon. Well, hello. You want to know the truth? There you go. Right? The Ace of Swords is the truth. It's telling you what the moon was trying to hide from you. Why? You know, almost like maybe here this is talking about the almost being able to predict the outcome, right? But here is, it's almost like the veil being lifted. But, and if that's the case, maybe the veil is being lifted, but you need to be, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, I don't know which one, ready for it, right? But it's almost like something is lifted. And these aces are just flowing. Wow. Okay. Let's get one more. One just flipped. And it is the Five of Swords, which is a great card to have. A lot of people don't like that card because it talks sometimes about leaving, right? Leaving somewhere. But within the Five of Swords, I'm leaving for a reason. I'm leaving, you know, it's almost like I'm leaving people who aren't like me. And I'm going towards the ones who are like me. You know, because maybe it's just been mentally exhausting, right? A lot of, when you get into the sword, you get into communication, but this is not in the best of ways. You know, here you have the swords of the people, so, but to me what it really means is about the ability to leave what stays in your head that keeps you back, to let that go and then leave it behind. You know, he's walking towards victory, but his head is back at these aces, walking towards victory. And it's funny, he's walking towards victory, and then we have this princess up here that, you know, they're all under the influence of temperance. This may be two separate people. We do have the Ace of Cups, two separate people heading, you know, what, two separate things happening, right? And two of them going through hardship. Both of these are leaving through some type of hardship, but they seem as they go, I don't know, I feel like, do they meet? You know, is this what this Ace of Cups is? Is this about the two people who eventually fall in love? And then let's find out. We have the Princess of Wands on the bottom of the deck. She could be Leo. She could be Aquarius. She could be a Sagittarius. Or she can just be someone who is ready for some passion in their life. Someone who listens to their intuition versus their head, right? It's a time when I am, right? I'm a princess. And we have another princess here too. Seeking my authentic self, right? Here, this princess is male or female, by the way. This is going after my passion, right? Maybe I haven't reached it because I'm still the princess, but I'm going after it, you know, and like, I don't have to worry that a no is around them. I don't know why I had to say that, but anyway, let's add in the Cosmic Tarot and see where it goes from there. Definitely showed about, you know, different paths and different people who are going through similar things, similar dark night of the souls, you know, and then you leave those dark night of the souls and something happens. Some of you, that's when you meet each other. That's when you meet the love of your life, or you get the job of your life, right? Or you think of a brand new career. That's how this tarot came about. I was just at the point that I was tired of working for other people too. The thought of making my own hours, even though, you know, when you have your own business and you're a Virgo, you put a lot in it. I don't know. But that came through the dark night of the soul. I never would have done it otherwise. I would not be here talking about it with you right now. There's the Princess of Swords again. So definitely trying to figure out who you are, right? Authentically. And if you already know who you are, maybe you are picking up, you're thinking about starting something new, right? Picking something up, doing something new. Okay. Okay. We got a lot of cards. I'm going to take them, but a pack of them came over way over here. I don't know if I'm going to take them, but we're definitely taking these. Alright, well, there you go. The Princess of Swords, again, coming over the Magician. So, you know, when I see, the Princess, I think of something as just, I don't want to say just beginning, but maybe I'm, you know, maybe I'm, how do I want to say this? Well, let's see. Maybe the cards will say it for me. We have the Eight of Pentacles coming over the Magician. So, listen, this is all about whatever you want to create, as long as you're willing to, and you know, maybe that's what the Princess is doing here, the focus, right? Whatever you're willing to focus upon is what you can really grow within the Eight of Pentacles, right? But you know, I have to keep my focus on it, and it has you down here as the Knight of Wands as already having that ability of focusing, even if you think you don't, you do. But whatever, yeah, and you build it, right? The magician, right? I can create anything. The magician, I can create anything. The Six of Pentacles coming over the Hierophant with the Four of Swords. Hello, that's healing, right? That's healing. That's balancing you again. The Six of Pentacles gives you the ability to not only give, which, let me tell you, is a lot easier than to receive. Truly receive. Truly receive, right? To open ourselves up that much that we receive. I mean, come on, it's coming over the Hierophant. So it's the balance of someone giving to us and us allowing ourselves to receive it, if it's love, right? If it's our career, it's, you know, it's the ability to go after it and believe, right? Not have doubt against it. It's balance is what it is. It's opening ourselves up. And it's right next to the Four Swords over the Hierophant, but my God, do I love that. That is healing. You know, I feel like for those who have crossed over, what it's saying is they're healed. They are healed. They are balanced. You know, it's like all of a sudden I'm seeing that. Like, you know, if they've crossed over, they are balanced and they're being loved, right? They have temperance right here too. The healing of whatever that was is gone, right? The moon is almost feeling like this is what was over them, the darkness that was over them. But look at that. Ace of Swords is like, boom, bright. Super bright there with a crown on. Hello. With a crown. And that's what I feel like it's saying up here. Like, don't be worried. We're healed. We're healed. Whatever pain that we suffered here, it's gone, right? It's now gone. Don't think of maybe somebody, that's how you keep seeing it, right? And it's like, no, it's beautiful, right? It's over the Hierophant, right next to Temperance. You know, to me, Temperance is like, if that's your child or someone you love, you know that it's going to receive love, right? Like we have them. We have them, and they're going to receive love. All of a sudden, seeing the Princess of Pentacles as myself, meaning to deliver this message to many of us, and I feel like I have to include myself in that too. And then now I look at that Five of Swords, and it's like, and then we need to let it go. Let the darkness of it go. Hard to do. But look at this. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Well, thank you. Alright, I'm going to go right down to the Ace of Pentacles. You know, someone may have lost a love of their life. And I feel like if you did, it happened, like, I don't really feel like you got to make a home together. Or you did, but I feel like it was short-lived. I want you to know that they're also with you and in the light. Beautiful in the light, and live your life, you know. And look at that. The Ace of Swords comes out on that. Here's the Ace of Swords here, pointing right at the Hierophant, where all this healing has either taken place, or for us here, is taking place now, right? Temperance says, don't rush it. Make sure you're healed. Allow yourself to heal, right? But allow yourself to receive. Because if you don't allow yourself to receive, the healing is going to be much slower. Okay. We have the Lovers card of Gemini. We have the King of Cups, potential Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, coming over the moon. And we have the Prince of Wands, Leo. no, I was going to say Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, coming over the Princess of Swords. We have Prince and Princess here. We have the Lovers here. King of Cups, can I say something? You know, and so I know some of you just aren't going to believe it, but with these aces here, I mean, look at that, 3 aces. Hello. Hello. And the Lovers pops out. Hello. And me saying, like, if you've never would have left, or if for some of you that dark night is leaving something or someone or what have you, it's something. And if it never would have happened, I don't mean like someone just dying or do it. I don't know. All I know is 2 people who are kind of forced on a new path separately, but I feel are the lovers. They are the lovers. Does that make sense? And I see the King of Cups coming over the moon as just beautiful, especially because he's got the 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords above him. This is someone who has healed, his past. This is someone who comes to you balanced, male or female. The main message is how this is someone who is open to love. This is someone who's open to love, open to a relationship. I don't know what else to say. Why do I keep saying that? Anyway, and it's funny because I feel like whoever this is over here in the Lovers, I feel like Temperance is almost laughing a little, like this is you two over here as the prince and the princess. But I don't know if it's in this lifetime, in another lifetime, almost like saying, ha ha, you know each other. Ha ha, you know each other. So this may be someone that you connect with that you have already known. I'm not saying that you are romantically attached, maybe not, but it seems almost kind of secretive, like, ha ha, ha ha. Okay. I accept that. I mean, listen, it's kind of how my life, this part of my life has taken place. So, don't think that aces don't exist after the dark night of the soul. They do. I found the love of my life. And I'm with, for a month now, well, almost a month, the love of my life. And that is after the dark night of the soul. The darkest night of the soul that I feel, I can't say exist, but a lot of you know what I mean. And now here I am. And it's hard for me to say that I'm so happy. It's hard for me to say that I'm happy still. But I am. And I'm allowed to be happy, and I should be happy. And I feel like that's what this reading is talking about. Like, allow yourself to be happy, right? But I get it where it's like, shit, and it's been 2 years. But you know what I'm saying. I feel like we have a very mix on this reading. But again, let's go back to Temperance. Kind of like, ha ha. We knew each other. Let's come down to the Ace of Cups. Look at that. We have the 10 of Cups. So, this is harmony with someone. This is a loving relationship. This, for some of you, is where you start a family. You begin a family. Don't put an age limit on it. Now, if you're too old to have kids, you're too old to have kids. But for some of you, I feel like you are starting a family. It's coming over the Ace of Cups. Do you get what's happening in this reading? Do you get it? I hope you do. I almost feel like no matter what comes next, man, I hope nothing bad's coming next. But it's almost like I don't care. With the Ace, you have the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. And Temperance, like, haha. So, separate journeys about meeting up. Don't even bother looking for it. I almost feel like saying that. Like, I mean, you can. Like, well, it's kind of hard now, but anyway, let's keep going. We have the 5 of Swords coming over the Nine of Wands. So that is, that is not, listen, it's where I feel other people's opinions have held me down, held me back, so to speak. But I also feel with all this energy on board, this is you not caring about other people's perspective about things anymore. I feel like that's part of what's changing in you. It's like, I don't really care what you think about it. Whether maybe I want to do something, and everyone's like, you can't do that. And this is like knowing, especially coming over the Nine of Wands. Hello. This is knowing that you can. It's almost like whatever you put your mind to. Don't listen to the naysayers. That's the main thing. There maybe even like you fall in love, and I don't know anybody have a problem with that. But if someone did, it's like, don't listen to the naysayers, right? You're better than that. Coming in at Nine of Wands, I feel like saying you're better than that. I feel like you may even have some squabbles with I want to say twin. I don't know. And listen, Sam and I have been here for a little less than a month, and we've had a few squabbles already, but they were little, and making up is fun. So I feel like maybe it's saying don't shoot for perfection all the time. Let's keep going. Look at that. We're the Magician again. Wow. Coming, almost like, look at that. Coming over the Ace of Swords. Almost like Temperance and saying, ha! You created this, right? You're part of this. This is a seed of intention. This is part of the plan. Wow. And then you have the Three of Wands. And what is that? Coming off the Five of Swords, by the way. We have the Five of Swords here, where it says, stop caring about other people's opinions. Then it has you here, where actually you're walking away. You have the Three of Wands that comes over that. What's that? That's the energy of optimism. Of believing. It's everything that the beginning of your reading was about is now in that Three of Wands. And look, it's right next to the Magician. It's changing you. These aces, whatever they're representing, whatever your trial, whatever cross you've had to bear, whatever it is, now, if you allow yourself, right? Temperance is saying you got to be open for the healing, right? You do that, let us take care of the rest. That's what I feel like you're saying. Like, well, let us take care of the rest. So they do. Where do you end up? In the Three of Wands. I believe, right? This is not seeing my ships, but I believe they're out there, right? Just because I can't see them doesn't mean they're not out there. They're out there. And I know that I'm part of creating that, right? You learned a lot. That may be another thing that you learned through the dark night of the soul, right? I'm telling you, I feel like it did change you. And for some of you, I feel like it's telling you to, fall in love, start your craft, start a new craft, pick up that guitar, quit drinking, quit abusing yourself. If you're doing it to punish yourself, like quit that stuff. It's over. Let that be healed. Let it be healed because it wants to be healed. It's almost like you got somewhere to go. And I wouldn't say, girl, you got somewhere to go, but it's guys and girls. But you've got life left to live. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to leave it there. I feel like there's no sense of me taking it any further. But I am going to pull an oracle card. Wow. I want to say thank you to everyone, because I feel like your energy even helped in this reading. And to your guides, my beautiful son, everyone, I really, really, really felt this reading more than I've ever felt a reading for Leo or any sign, I think, for that matter. Really. Some of you may want to get some headphones, start listening to music again. And, if you like classic rock, don't go for sad love songs. Go to classic rock. You're like, I don't know if I really want to, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to hear Led Zeppelin. And all of a sudden, your headphones are on and you're up, you're dancing. You're singing, you're remembering, you feel like you're at a concert again. So, some of you, I feel like you're meant to, I don't know if you got to get headphones, but what a difference they make. Okay. That was fast. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Exactly how we finished the reading. So I am going to read enthusiasm. I know it's hard, but I did it. So I am living testimony. And maybe I'm here for nothing more than that. But I am living testimony that you can fall in love again. I did. That you can find happiness again. I did. I'm not going to go into my life story, but I don't know. It took me a while. But anyway, okay. Your question about what to focus upon is answered by examining where your natural interests lie. What do you enjoy doing? What stuff stirs your soul? What issues stir your soul? What would you like to make a positive difference? These are your passions. Your enthusiasm gives you the energy and motivation to talk courageous. Why? I can't read this. Why? I'm going to start over. Your question about what to focus upon is answered by examining where your natural interests lie. What do you enjoy doing? What issues stir your soul? What would you like to make a positive difference? These are your passions, and your enthusiasm gives you the energy and motivation to take courageous action. Enthusiasm is positively contagious and helps others feel excited and happy. Mother Mary urges you to shine your light brightly. Let those around you know about your dreams, your goals, your hopes, and your aspirations. Smile, share your feelings, and be authentic and accessible so that heaven and other people can join in your enthusiasm. Wow. My favorite reading. Thank you. My favorite reading. I think I should just leave it right there. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I love you so much. Bye-bye.